Good morning. It is October 24th, and today we're in Second Timothy 2 and finishing up that chapter and going into chapter 3. But just want to make a few comments on the end of chapter 2, beginning in verse 22. I'll read it here quickly and just talk about it. Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the name of the Lord out of a pure heart. Don't have anything to do with foolish and stupid arguments, because you know they produce quarrels. And the Lord's servant must not be quarrelsome, but must be kind to everyone, able to teach, not resentful. Opponents must be gently instructed in the hope that God will grant them repentance, leading them to a knowledge of the truth, and that they will come to their senses and escape from the trap of the devil, who has taken them captive to do his will. A number of things to talk about here. I'll start with the end of it, actually, and having compassion for those who don't yet know the Lord. It says that they have not been able to come to their senses and escape from the trap of the devil. So we should have some compassion for people who are not yet aware of the truth of the lordship of Christ and the salvation that he brings by repentance and faith. And so there are people who are still stuck in that. And so we need to be gentle with them, not quarrelsome. And then also kind to them, able to, and like I said, patient, so that we can be a part of God granting them repentance. So we shouldn't look at the world around us and be overly critical of it, knowing that part of the reason they are where they are is because they are stuck in the devil's trap, that they're not able to see the truth and have the peace that comes from that. And then the other part of that is the first part of this passage in verse 22, that we should flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart and don't have anything to do with foolish and stupid arguments. This is a problem even in the church. There are those who get enamored with either theological arguments or conspiracy theories in the world around us, and they spend so much time thinking about those things that it produces anxiety for them, and they end up being worried about all kinds of different things and not focus on the central things of life. Even as I'm recording this, we're in a year where there's wars going on in the world. There's a lot of opinions about what's happening in those wars. And oftentimes people are searching the news and searching through their favorite sources, whether those are online articles or maybe a news source, and trying to find what's actually happening. And people can spend a lot of time on that, honestly. And really, we need to put some of that behind us at some level. It's not that we need to be ignorant about what's going on in the world. We just need to understand the relative importance of those things, or the relative unimportance of those things, and have our concentration really on what God says. And then we won't be panicked about what's happening in the world, because we know that He is a firm and sure foundation, and that all those other things are temporary and don't ultimately give us an answer to what's happening in the world. God has the answers, and so we need to pay attention to Him.